Thank you very much. I have a question for the CAO. There were a couple of callers who asked about animal services and the situation with the horses. Do we have an update on that issue that we could share?
Thank you so much for the opportunity to share some information on the status of that particular inquiry from the public. If I could ask our Deputy CAO of Public Safety, Andrew Strong, to share some information on that would be great.
And Vice Chair, thanks for the question. And we've continued to go out to the property and we've gone out there twice in the past month, and the horses were found to be living conditions to be sustainable and in good condition. And we continue to go out to the property to ensure the safety of those animals and horses. But we have not found anything that would cause us to remove those horses from the property.
And thank you. And just to clear, we've been twice this past month for an inspection? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And actually, Ebony, we just asked, I think Andrew just stepped out, but I think it would be helpful if he came back and gave the same update we did this morning on some of the items that people had comments on.
I'm happy to provide that.
Okay, fantastic. So maybe before we move to non-agenda public comment, I know that there was an update provided this morning on a question that we've received a lot of comments on, which is what's sort of the status of the situation with those horses and our animal welfare services. This has definitely been voiced by a number of commenters. So any update that the CAO could provide would be very helpful.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with the public the work that's being done by the Department of Animal Services in regards to the welfare of the horses at Artesian Road. I am happy to report that our Department of Animal Services has been out twice within the last month to check on the welfare of these horses, and they are reported to be in good condition. We will share additional information as we conduct additional welfare checks, but again, just want to provide the public with the assurance that there are active reviews that are conducted by the Department of Animal Services to conduct welfare checks. Thank you.
I'll ask you to please state your name for the audio record.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Jacobelli. I am a voting constituent in District 4, Monica Steep. And I've been here before, and I know you just talked about animal services coming out 2 times this month to check on the horses on Artesian Road in Rancho Santa Fe. Well, if the horses were doing as bad as what I have, the documentation that I have seen, and the way they have been a month ago, there's no way they can be doing better right now. I wish we could see a full report of what the animal services did. Did they come onto the property? Did they look at the animals, or did they just drive by? Or did they just do what they do for these other animal things and say, oh, they have maybe some moldy hay, they have maybe some dirty, filthy water there, and they're okay. So, again, Supervisor Tara Lawson, why aren't you doing anything about this? Something needs to be done. Why didn't you do something sooner? This has been going on a year. It's shameful when animals are suffering and no one is doing anything about it. If it was a child, I think everybody would be doing it. Something, an older person, a person with a disability, just a person in general. Someone wouldn't be letting them live like this. These beings happen to be born in horses' bodies, so they should be treated no differently. And there's dogs there too. And it is a voting year. It is an election year. So, Tara, if you want to be voted in again, you really need to do something.
Thank you. As the next speaker is coming forward, I'd like to invite 3 additional speakers: Lori Michaels, Dorothea Flanagan, and Mike. If I've called your name, please come forward.
Hi, my name is Zora Fahim, President and founder of Los Angeles Alliance for Animals. As a voting constituent, District 5, I'd like to thank Supervisor Desmond for all the wonderful work you do in our community. Thank you so much. I would like to urge the supervisors that animal cruelty should not be tolerated in our county, and we must hold perpetrators accountable to the highest standards of the law. My question to Public Safety Group is, which animal control officer, the ones who recently mentioned no violations on Deborah Barkley's property, has more than 2 years of horse experience? The number would be 0. Is this the same animal control officers that did welfare checks from the road, welfare checks of the horses in the barn whom you could not see from the road while you lied to the media and the community that everything was satisfactory when it was not? Because during that time, workers mentioned to me that the manure was waist deep in the stalls. Is this the time that animal control did not do any visits on Deborah Barkley's property after there was no welfare checks during the time of 5/7/2023 and 7/19/2023 after allegations of egregious animal cruelty of emaciated horses dying without being euthanized, even though there was a vet that offered to euthanize this horse but was refused? So this horse suffered. In addition to horses limping, lame, underweight, again, this horse suffered in the mud for hours, and your officers allowed it. Only in San Diego County would you see this cruelty. Why is the county of San Diego being complicit in animal cruelty? Recently in Grant County, Washington, an emaciated horse was euthanized, and there was charges sought against the owner similar to this horse above. An agency actually doing their job would have prosecuted this owner, euthanized this horse, and also removed all the animals. However, since you have failed the animals and they're still being neglected, laws are being violated based on my equine expert. This is absolutely unacceptable. Thank you.
Can't even look up.
Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. If I've called your name, please come forward.
Look at people when they're talking to you.